What's up, some bitches? Oh, sorry about that. Rooster here with you. Just a little 101 video. I'll talk to you some about this is how you stay off of twisted truckers. 101. Man, look at this. See, you go like this. Find you a power button right there. And you shut her down. There you go. You've just taken your first step. Never end up on twisted truckers, man. I'll tell you why. I did some crazy shit, man. Last week, I took off. I left Denver, man. And, because I was out there watching the Rockies. Yeah, fucking whoop up on the Giants. Still in first place in the division, man. Anyway, so I left Colorado. I went from Colorado all the way to, where did I go? Oh, Indianapolis. Yeah, I went from, let's see, Colorado to Indianapolis, and then back to Missouri, and then reloaded, and all the way back to Cambridge, Ohio, and back, and then on to my regular run, all the way to Kansas City, Norfolk, Nebraska, Kenosha, and all that. I actually had the GPS turned off and taken off the window. Now, the only reason why I'm using it now is on my pickups, man, because I don't have, like, addresses and stuff for them. I just get names of places, so I store them in my GPS, and then I use them to find all these, like, cheese places and stuff. So, it comes in useful for all that. But, man, the rest of the time, you're out there on the highways and stuff, man. Like, you don't really need this stupid thing, and, and it just gets people in trouble. Because it gets you off of the highway at times when you probably shouldn't have even have been off of the highway. And, because I know that's happened to me once, shoot, tell you this one out in California. I was going up to this place up in, years ago, up north of Sacramento, and, followed my GPS, man, and it got off the interstate, come down across 80 off the interstate, man. I got down on this little 2-lane road back in the mountains, man, like these like hairpin turns and stuff. That was almost as bad as when I was down in West Virginia, maybe worse than West Virginia. And I mean, I was just didn't even know if I was gonna get out of there. So anyway, I battled my way around these curves and stuff for probably a good hour or two, and to get to ended up back on the interstate. Anyway, luckily I made it out of there, out of this freaking canyon that I was in, and all I did was end up back on the interstate when all I had to do was like go to I should have just went to Sacramento and went around, got on the interstate and went north. I would have been right back in the same place. So you see, anyway, sometimes they do stupid stuff like that. So here it is. Yeah. It's called the Motor Carriers Road Atlas. This thing is awesome, y'all. I'm telling you. There's good stuff in here. I don't know if you, back in when I started in 2002, man, we were using our Atlas daily. Let's see. There's all your regulations and everything, and it'll tell you. Ooh, and then here's the good part too. Each state, if you go in the front here, each state will tell you where what your low clearances are and what roads you're not supposed to be on. So if you have any doubts, you might want to check that, and it'll tell you for sure if there's any roads that you shouldn't be on. And of course follow all the local regulations. Tells you where the weigh station is, you know, everything. Of course, if you need to look up a city as you don't know where it's at, like here, you would go to, oh, there's a mileage directory, yeah. That'll help from one point to another, gives you an idea. So you go to the back here, and you'll look up like, you know, say, you know, Georgia. Let's say you wanted to find, let's say, Baldwin, Georgia. So you'll say, C6, right? So you go to your, pull up your, Georgia map here, and you'll go like this. You'll see here, there's a C and a number 6, and you go C and 6 and bring them together, and oh, and there it is. See, Baldwin, Georgia. Ta-da! So letters, numbers come together, boom, there's your city. So that's how you use an atlas. So I think maybe like a lot of people like now seriously like don't know, like the new drivers. So I don't think they even know. Like I was going to every pilot, right, trying to find the motor carrier atlas. And at first one, like the first one, you know, the paper ones, they were sold out. So I went to another pilot, sold out. So I went to like 4 different pilots, right? And none of them had any, at first. And I'm thinking like, so either there's a huge run on motor carrier atlases all of a sudden, and people buying maps, or they're just not carrying them anymore. And I'm afraid it's probably the latter. I don't know. But they do carry, anyway, they carry the laminates. So I just broke down and bought the laminates. So yeah, it's a lot better anyway. The paper ones, they usually don't make it very long, and they just kind of, with me, and they fall apart. So I admit, you know, over the last decade or so, I've kind of slid into that technology habit a little bit too much too, and found myself in some bad situations. So, you know, if you don't want to end up on County Road BFE out somewhere and on a freaking 2-ton bridge from 1860 on twisted truckers looking like an idiot, you know, this is what you need right here, man. Guaranteed, no bike pass, no 1865 covered bridges that's going to put you on, or nothing like that, unless you do it by yourself, or you're just an idiot. I don't know. I don't understand how do people do that? Like they see a bridge, like a covered bridge, and they decide that you just, well, we're just going to keep going, like that's a better alternative. How does that work? I don't know. Anyway, so, anyway, I just wanted to, cover some of that. Oh, yeah. And then your major cities, will be listed on here.